Hey, it's BT with the BT Le Mans GP review. Let's get right to it. What did I say? Marquez is a straw that stirs the MotoGP drink, and damn did he shake shit up this week. But you know how I do. First of all, let's get to Moto3. Moto3 rider of the race goes to David Alonso. He started 25th and finished 8th. Damn. You know, he's like Brad Bender Jr. He really is. I'm sure. I wonder if he talked to Brad. Like, hey, Brad, how do you do it? And Brad's like, well, what you do is you just go out there and just be aggressive, and you can, you get a really good start, and you can do really well. Great job by David Alonso. Man, I hope Brad Bender don't see that. Anyway, heartbreak goes to Diego Morero. He'll get there. But let me tell you something. I'm having a hard time keeping up with these new kids in Moto3. They're doing a great job. But you know why? If you don't have a life like I don't have a life, so I can watch this. Watch the Red Bull Rookies Cup. These are the stars of tomorrow. Red Bull Rookies Cup is like what marijuana, marijuana is like the gateway to, like, jail or picking up some side money. That's what the Red Bull Rookies Cup is. It's like a feeder system to MotoGP. All the stars of MotoGP came through Red Bull Rookies Cup with the exception of a couple. So if you get a chance, watch Red Bull Rookies Cup. They got some riders coming up who are going to be the stars of tomorrow. That being said, Moto2, man, let me tell you something. Acosta's facing adversity. It's not great to see, but it's going to be great to see what he's made of. He's going through it right now. I think he'll be back. He just in jail with Le Mans. He was crashing. I think he crashed in Moto3. So, everybody has that circuit. They're just like, man, I just want to go home and I'll regroup and come back. So I think he'll be back. But it's almost like, in a way. Remember when Johan Mir was in Moto2? And he did okay, but he already had a ride in MotoGP. So he was like, eh. Kind of like, those women who have like a lot of dates. And a lot of guys are after those really hot chicks, and you go, hey, I take a rain check. Something came up, and she's like, okay. And then she picks up the phone. Hey, what's going on, KTM? I'm free. You want to go out? And that's what it's like. I feel in a way. But Acosta's a winner. So I think this hits him in his pride, but I think they just gotta let him relax. Let him talk to Io. And he'll relax him. Kind of like, you remember the woman, and you're like, she's like, what's wrong? You go, it's never happened before. We all been there. And you just relax and you're able to perform. And I think that's what Acosta will do. But it's kind of nice to see him face adversity. And let me tell you something. Sam Lowe's has found the fountain of youth. It's like he's mixed his Viagra with his old people pills, Like he's got magnesium and fish eggs and fish oil or whatever. He's taking all that shit. Vitamin and vegetable. He's taking all that shit. And what Sam Lowe's doing is great. Props to his crew for getting his bike ready in 5 minutes, because I can't get my oil change in less than an hour. So good for him. I think Philip Salach, Guru, Alonso Lopez, they're all going to be there toward the end of the year. But I still think it's going to come down to Acosta and Albolino. And may the best man win. I love how Albolino's kind of like, hey, Pedro who? So it's going to be great racing. Moto2 is back, and it's great. Good racing. Man, I like to see Canet get it together, and I really would. I feel bad for the kid, and that was a horrible crash. Glad he's okay. Let's get to MotoGP. What did I say about Marquez? Marquez now, it's like, don't get me wrong, no disrespect to Pecco, great champion, but it's like you always wait for Marquez to come back. During the break, it was great racing during the break. But it's great to see Marquez. It was like when Tyson got out of prison. That's what it's like. It was like, look, so I had to, do some time, but I'm back, and all these kids coming up, but I'm still the man. I'm still ferocious. I'm an animal. I eat your children. Paul prays through the Honda. And that's what it's like watching Marquez, man. They're coming for he's like the old man. He really is. He and Aleix Espargaro are the old man of MotoGP. It's hard to say that, but. And you got these young guns coming up, and Marquez like, okay, this was his first time on the Calyx chassis. He almost got pole position. He got the whole shot. I'm telling you something, man. That's how great Marquez is. He's not going down without a fight. This guy, what he did, even though he crashed out, he wasn't really disappointed. It looked like he cried a little bit. Maybe, I don't know. But what he did on the first time on that Calyx chassis, ooh, the rest of the year is just going to be straight fire. Props to him. And what did I say about Jorge Martin? Jorge Martin, it seems like now he's got his head out of his ass. Remember the first couple of races, it just seemed like he was like pissy for no reason. Maybe he wanted that seat, the Ducati seat, the factory seat. He didn't get it, and he seemed pissy. Now it seems like he's having fun. And those sprint races are geared toward him. And now that he got a podium, you see he's happy now. And he fought Marquez 15 rounds and he put the champ down. He pressured Marquez into a mistake because he knew that's how Mark is. So Jorge Martin has found his little rhythm. And what he's about to do, I think Jorge Martin's I think he's fourth in the championship. Watch Jorge Martin. He's happy. He's feeling the bike. He might make a little run here. So it's going to be interesting to see. I thought it was a great GP. I thought it was a good GP. I thought the fans made it. So props to the 1,000 GP. Everybody pull out the stops. Scary crashes. Man, I was just having my fingers crossed the whole time watching that. Luca Marini, Alex Marquez crash was just hard to watch. I'm glad everybody's okay. Marquez been in it. Damn. Like I said, Jorge Martin, he got his hit out his ass. Good for him. We're talking all this. And by the way, the grid is not even healthy. The only time the grid's been healthy was the first race of the year. I really think when the beast, why am I yelling? I really think when the beast comes back, it's going to be interesting to see because it's going to mess up that stasis that Pecco already has. By the way, Pecco and Vinales, what got into Vinales? Like, who pissed in his cornflakes? I mean, I've never seen Vinales so aggressive. Granted, he fluffs the start, so he's in the back, and we never see him really pick off people. But I've never seen Vinales be so aggressive before. So it's almost like he's talked to his wife before, and his wife was like, yeah, I hope you get a podium with Pecco, because I love Pecco, the way he races. And Vinales like pulled like a Will Smith, like, really? You keep my wife's name out your mouth. And I don't know what he did, but he seemed aggressive. He was making aggressive passes. He was cutting the nose off people. Granted, that crash was a racing incident. It really was. But the fact that he came over and that was so un-Maverick. Like, he came over and yelled. First of all, to yell at somebody after a crash, I get it, you're angry, but they could be hurt. It's almost like, remember when Alex Marquez, like, yelled at Baldassari and Assen? They both, it was a horrible crash. Remember? And Marquez was like, you idiot. I don't know what he said, but he's like, you idiot. You made me crash. And Baldassari was like, hey, could you get this bike off my chest, please? Because I can't breathe. Could you get this motorcycle off my chest? Thank you. So, I don't know what got into Maverick, but it was kind of good to see. But come on, man, you can't be pushing and shoving. What are you guys, Americans? Leave that to us. Leave the fighting and the shooting. Leave all that ignorant shit to Americans. You guys, you're better than this. Guys, you're better than this. Guys, you're better than that. But I just thought it was weird that Maverick was really, really aggressive. Like, he seemed pissy. Even after when he gave the interview, he said, hey, it was a racing incident. And it was great to see them when they rode back to the paddock on the same scooter. They rode nut to butt. They really did. Like, I think Maverick was in front and no, I mean, Maverick was in the back and Pecco was in the middle, and that was just weird. I mean, no offense. It's just, three men on a scooter is like, hey, come on, man. I mean, and they got off and they shook hands, which I thought was great. So, but Maverick being aggressive, I like that Maverick, though. So, if he gets a good start, Maverick could be trouble. But anyway, I thought the actual race, I give the actual race, man, I got to give it an A. And that's because of Marquez. I thought it was great how Bezzecchi, and it was an accident, how he hit Marquez and knocked Marquez off course. And it was like he knew it. And he was like, oh, shit, I got to get the fuck out of here. And he just left. And luckily, he had a buffer in between because Marquez was coming. He know when you hit Marquez, Marquez is coming back after you. So Bezzecchi got the hell out of there. And Marquez never got a chance to get him back. But now they go to Mugello. Mugello's next. And I guess I could say it. I don't know if Marquez should be in that fan thing in Mugello where he signs autographs. And I just think that's a bad idea, especially in Italy, because Rossi's probably going to be there, and I don't know, man. I just don't think so. But anyway, the actual race, I give an A minus. I thought that with the 1,000 GP, I can't think of a better place than Le Mans. Maybe at Mugello, maybe San Marino, but I'm glad it happened in France. I really did. I thought it was great. The fans showed up and showed out. Props to the French. I was supposed to be there, but hey, it didn't happen. Either way. So it was great. Like I said, rider of the race. And by the way, rider of the race in MotoGP, like I said, Augusto Fernandez, great to him. And he is like the loner of MotoGP. Even remember when he was in Moto2 and Marquez and Alex and Mark are like, who is this guy? He's a Spaniard, but nobody really knew him. He came out of nowhere. So he's doing all on his own. So props to Augusto Fernandez, even though he's going to get Rookie of the Year. Even before the year started, he knew he was going to get Rookie of the Year because he's the only rookie. Did a great job. Great job, Augusto Fernandez. Heartbreak to Marquez, but man, he showed up and he's great. The championship with Marquez makes that much better. But like I said, you wait till the beast comes back. He's going to mess up that stasis, I think, in the Ducati paddock. Because he and Pecco get along. At least I say they do. But, you know, into the race, the Beast has great pace. And he's going for a championship, too. I think it's going to be great to watch. Miller was Miller. So, I think he needs to, you know, nullify his crashes. But still, great job by Jack. And I think that the sprint race is the greatest thing to happen to racers like Jack, like Jorge Martin, to get his confidence up. And here's a rider that no one, he's the riding Dangerfield of MotoGP is Miguel Oliveira. He's like, hey, I'll get no respect right here. Hey, I'll get no respect. This guy, remember, he was with KTM and he had a better year than Brad Binder, and he was the one that left. He was the one that had to leave. So there's stuff that goes on I don't know about, but Miguel Oliveira is going to shake shit up too. This year is great. It's only going to get greater. Great 1000 GP. I can't wait for the rest of the year. It's awesome. Marquez back is the greatest thing ever. And like I said, man, he is a straw that stirs the drink. Thanks for watching, people. I appreciate your comments. Yeah, I think I covered everything I wanted to. Anyway, that's it. Until Magello, you know the word. Bye.